got that optimization insider.
All right, so Kristina, you're going to be hopping on stage here in a second.
Yes.
And you're going to be talking all about AdWords, is that right?
That's true. I'm going to be talking about how nonprofits can utilize AdWords to help fundraise.
And now there's this magical thing called the Google Grant, right? Can you
Yes.
tell us just a little bit more about the Google Grant?
Google Grants is Google's advertising program for nonprofits, where grants that are eligible and that are accepted into the program receive $10,000 in free advertising.
Each
so it's
month.
Each month. So it's an amazing opportunity. That's over $100,000 a year to test all kinds of campaigns on Google and utilize as you wish.
Yeah. And so what are some of the best uses or maybe the best types of organizations to take advantage of that ad grant or AdWords?
Really, any organization that has a valid charity status and that is within the 50 countries where grants is available can apply. There are some additional qualifications, but most that fall within those couple criteria will be eligible. So really anyone should apply who is a charity and take advantage of that free money.
Yeah, because even if you spend $500,
exactly.
it's
Even if you don't know
$500.
what you're doing, you'll learn eventually with some great funds behind you.
Yeah. And so what are some like basic tips maybe for someone who's just like, what's the ad grant?
Sure.
That they can know about AdWords, and then they'll learn more obviously in your session.
Great question. So some basic tips. First, pick the right keywords. That's the most common mistake that I see. A lot of people just really want the keywords that get the most traffic, but that's obviously not going to work because the broader, the more general the keyword, the more types of intent there are out there that people might be considering. So for example, if I'm searching for something like cars, I might be looking to buy a car, I might be looking to sell a car. Whereas if I'm searching for donate my car, it's much more clear that what my intent is.
Right.
So the more specific you can get with the keywords, the better. Google actually rewards relevance. So the better you can be with the keywords that you choose and the ads that you write, and then the landing pages that follow all of that experience, the more you'll be rewarded by Google.
Right. And that I was talking earlier with Justin, I think we were talking about how crucial the landing page actually is. Whether you use AdWords or Facebook ads or whatever, you can have a great ad, but if it leads to a crappy landing page, then
That's a good point. So the ads are just part of the equation. The keywords are just one piece of it, and then it's the job of your website to convert that customer or that visitor into a lead or a donor, whatever it is that your goal is. So your website needs to sell. And your website also needs to relate to whichever keywords you've chosen and the ads that you've written, so it all needs to work together.
Right. And are there any kind of free or cool tools that are out there to help people if they're trying to look at what keywords should we use or what do we do?
Lots of free tools out there. Probably the best one to start with is Google's free keyword tool. Once you sign up for an AdWords account, you'll actually be able to use it right away. And that'll give you a ton of data, like how many people are searching for your keywords, how much those keywords on average cost, what the competition is like on them, and they'll give you more ideas that you may not have thought of.
Yeah. And then, a lot of today we're talking about conversions and optimization. And so how can you connect or track directly, how many emails are signing up or how many donations?
A ton of stuff in AdWords. Yeah. Probably more than you'll want. But basically, Google will provide you some tracking information without you having to do anything at all, like how many people are clicking through and going to your website. But then past that, you'll want to decide what it is that you'd like to track. So if it's a donation, you'll set that up as what's called a conversion, and then you'll add a small snippet of code to your website to be able to track anyone who's clicked on your ads and has decided to go ahead and donate.
And does that happen quite a bit? Sometimes?
It does, depends on how you set up your campaigns.
There you go.
It could happen quite a bit if you've done a really good job. Certain conversions happen more than others, so if you're offering free stuff, obviously you're probably going to get a lot of leads on those items.
Right.
But then if you're asking for a donation on a keyword that's really competitive, maybe not as many donations. So it depends on the type of campaign that you're running.
Yeah, because there are some restrictions, right, on how much you can bid on certain words. So maybe like donate is going to be really tough and competitive.
Exactly,
right?
And I'm glad you bring that up. Donate is probably not a great keyword for any nonprofit. And it's going to be very expensive. with the Google Grants program, there's a restriction of how much you can bid for each keyword, which is $2. And so you need to be wise with your choices and choose the keywords that are going to be a little bit less competitive
Right.
and more specific.
Well, I think what's interesting is you can apply a lot of this value proposition stuff about what's appealing or what's exclusive, and that can inform, your keywords. So
Definitely.
if you're the only organization in the state or a county, well, then you could add some of those qualifiers maybe, and now all of a sudden, instead of donate, it's donate to Wichita County or whatever.
Or donate to
Donations
help children in
Right,
need.
something that's more specific, right?
Exactly.
And that'll help them stand out, and it'll help you maybe
Exactly.
show up in search results, right? Well, that's great. I'm looking forward to hearing more.
Thank you.
For coming in and chatting.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, and we're going to throw to a break here. Maybe say hi to some sponsors, but you can go ahead and get mic'd up, and we'll see you on
sounds great.
stage.
Thank you.
Optimization inside it, baby. Ooh.